Welcome back to The Big Show. It's Alex Belfield talking to the stars of the Montreal Comedy Festival. It's the equivalent of 4:30 in the morning to Gina Yashere, although it's about midday. How are you?
I'm very good. I've been dragged up for a rehearsal for the gala this evening. But I've got a croissant now, so I'm good. I've had a chocolate croissant and my energy has raised somewhat.
How are you? I've been at this comedy festival for 5 days and I've seen you about 350 times. You're everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty hot this year. Woo, woo. Yeah, I'm doing lots of shows. I'm hosting the Nasty Girls, even though I'm not actually that nasty, but I'll leave that to the other women. I just swear a lot and talk up scatological issues, and that's my version of nasty. And then I'm doing my solo show as well, and various other comedy shows in between, and the Brit Gala. So, yeah, it's busy.
What I've noticed, the difference between classy comedy and nasty comedy is you just do the same jokes and just put the F word in every third word.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much doing the same stuff that I've been doing around the rest of the festival, but just swearing a lot more. So people think, oh my God, this is so edgy. Yeah, there's not much difference.
I'll tell you what you're great at as well, and I noticed last night, is your ability to work to the crowd. There are some who seem very, very uncomfortable on stage and just want to tell their jokes and get off. It seems like nothing could floor you now.
I just love the spontaneity of it, and I like picking on people, but not in a horrible way. I mean, last night I did give the chubby guy in the front row a very hard time, but that's only because he wouldn't tell me his name, and he deserved it. But yeah, I mean, the crowd love it because it means that they know that the show is special to them. Nobody else is going to have that show because they were here for that particular thing. So it makes the show a lot more exciting and a lot more special, I think. And I'm the host, which means I'm not just going to come on. You know, a lot of American hosts literally just come on, do a set and go, I've been such and such, thank you. Now let's get on with the show. And I'm like, that's not a host. A host warms up the crowd, gets them going, plays around with them, and then steps back and lets the rest of the comedians do their thing. So that's what I'm doing.
I've been very lucky because I've had press passes for every show. I haven't paid for anything, and they normally get you seats at the front. And I say, no, really, I'm clinically obese with ginger hair. I'm not going anywhere near the first 10 rows.
Yeah, because I definitely would have given you a battering, Alex. I'm not going to lie. If you was at the front, I would have given you a battering.
I really am God's greatest joke, really, aren't I?
Second greatest.
Is it fun being you? Because, I mean, you're here, there and everywhere, and you're a star in America, and you come to Britain and you do those different shows I see you on, and you're Mrs. Funny. Is there a great pressure, though? Because you've really got to deliver, haven't you? You can't just turn up.
I can't just turn up. I have to try and deliver every time. I'm not a star in America. I'm a rising star. Did you not see the Hollywood Reporter, Alex? I'm a rising star. Not quite there yet. When I've got the mansion and the Aston Martin DB9, then you can call me a star. Up until that point, I'm rising.
I think I said to you the last time we spoke that I don't think this is a job for a girl, especially a pretty girl and a thin girl like you, because you're staying in...
Shut up, Alex. Pretty and thin. Get out of here.
We're going to get to that in a minute, but it's not a nice life, is it, staying in these rubbish hotels and being in cars and on planes and in taxis, and you're too classy for this.
Well, I enjoy the travelling. I love going to different places. I mean, yeah, it can get a bit lonely, and I'm a little bit OCD about what hotel rooms I sleep in. So I'm very weird about walking on carpet without my shoes on. My feet do not touch the carpet or the bathroom floor in my hotel room. I've got special hotel room slippers. So yeah, it's not good for a girl or a girl with vaguely OCD tendencies. But I do love the travelling. I love what I do. I shout at strangers for money. I mean, what can be better?
And am I a freak? Because when I go into any hotel room, the first thing I do is pull that top sheet off the bed because they only wash it every 3 months.
Yeah, I do, and I don't like the foot thing either, the sheet where that goes on the floor immediately. And I don't like all the pillows. Who needs that many pillows on a bed unless you want to sleep standing up? It's ridiculous.
And we've got to talk about your physicality, because the first time we met, you were 37 stone, and you were just incredible. Now look at you, you're delicious.
36 and a half, Alex. Get it right. 36 and a half.
I know how to charm a lady, don't you?
Yeah, well, what are you trying to say, Alex? I was fat, yes. I was fat when we first met. And now I'm slim. Well, I was slim when I first started doing comedy. I've actually got back to how I was when I very first started doing comedy. I was very slim. And then all the late nights and the nerves, like when I first started doing gigs, I was very nervous in the day, so I couldn't eat all day before a gig. And then I'd do the gig and I'd be like, yay! And then I'd stuff my face all night. And then I put on a ton of weight in the first 3 years and I just couldn't shake it off. So yeah, I've literally just gone, right, I was going to America, I was going to Los Angeles, and I thought, I'm not going to go to LA fat. LA is for trendy, slim, gorgeous people. And I think being slim and a bit slightly better looking is going to help my career, and it has. Not in America, in England though. I've left England and suddenly I've lost a bit of weight, left England, suddenly now my workload has tripled and I have to keep coming back.
And what about the gastric band? Did we try that? How did you do it?
No surgery for me, man. I did it the natural way. Colonic irrigations, the natural way.
And as for thinking of the jokes, I mean, what I've noticed, you do different jokes every night. There must be a load up there. Do you just decide when you're on stage what you're going to do? Or is this all planned in advance?
Not planned in advance. I have an idea what I want to talk about, but my mind is like a Rolodex. I've got a little Rolodex in my head, and somebody will say something. They'll go, sharks, and I'll go, brrrr. I have a shark joke, and then I chuck it out. So it just comes into my head, and that's what makes it more fun for me. I'm not one of those very rigid comedians, because I will get bored of myself. So I don't want people to get bored of me.
And I was noticing last night the biggest laughs came from the ad-libs. Isn't that frustrating that you just being funny naturally is funnier than the stuff you write?
Hey, it's not funnier, it's just as funny, which means I'm an all-round genius.
No, but if it gets bigger laughs, it's got to be funnier.
Well, it gets bigger laugh because they know it's spontaneous, and that excites them more. Everybody knows when your jokes are coming, but if you pick on somebody and they go, wow, that's amazing, that just came from nowhere, they feel more part of it, and I think that's why.
Is there any greater feeling, I mean, as a person who really gets very little attention whatsoever, especially from ladies like yourself, is there any better feeling than having people cheering and clapping and thinking you're wonderful?
There is no better feeling. You've got to try it sometime, Alex. I'll bring you on stage at the next Nasty Girl show and get people to laugh at you. You'll love it.
No, I've had people laughing at me for years, but not in the right way. That's what I'm saying. Now, look who's walking behind you. Here's a lady.
Hey, it's Thea Vidal.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine. I just came to say hi. You missed breakfast, big head.
I know. I was doing a friggin' rehearsal for this gala.
Hasn't she got the most incredible confidence of anybody you've ever met?
I love it. And off stage, she's kind of cool and chilled, and then she hits the stage, and it's like, whoa. Yeah.
And crude. I mean, crude beyond anything I've ever heard before, but it's like your granny's saying it.
Yeah, the swallowing the microphone trick is quite disgusting. Filthy. She puts the microphone in her mouth. Oh, we've all been spitting on that thing all night. That's disgusting.
I mean, what with swine flu and everything else, it could be a nightmare.
I can't watch when she does it. It disgusts me. All kinds of germs and bacteria all over it. It's disgusting.
Gina Yashere, you're the big star of the festival. You've got incredible confidence and a tremendous act, and they just love you, and that's something you can't buy. I've noticed that big time over here. Some people you just sit through, and some people you fall in love with. Thea's one of them, and you're another. Gina, thank you for talking to me.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much, Alex.